Hello once again and welcome to the Handshake with Million Komjisha, and we are looking still at our issues, daily issues, of course money issues as usual. We have quite a number of issues affecting us, but now we're looking at saving. The savings and cooperatives today is our challenge. And no, don't get me wrong, I've been seeing people celebrating. We are, of course, Vision here has a SACCO, and it is very interesting. That is not all. There's YSEV, I've heard about Wazalendo, I've heard about very many SACCOs in the western part of the country. And this is why I have Busharizi Paul to help me understand what actually happens in these SACCOs, why these SACCOs are there, and you know the president also encourages them. So, Paul, what are these things?
SACCOs. Mm-hmm. Well, SACCOs are savings and credit, cooperative societies.
Yes.
That's the full thing of SACCOs.
Yes.
And basically, it's people coming together to save money.
Okay.
The unique thing about SACCOs is that the savers are also the owners of the SACCO, so they have shares in the SACCO, and they save, and they are paid an interest depending on how the SACCO performs during a given year.
Okay.
And they can borrow. Many times, this is at much cheaper rates than they would get on the high street.
Oh, really? How cheap?
Well, it varies from SACCO to SACCO, but I know that here at the New Vision, our SACCO does 18% a year. That's how much we lend people at. And they get they've never got less than 5% for their savings, rates they can't get elsewhere.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah. So these are basically more or smaller banks around us?
Yes, I mean, more or less the principles are the same. They collect deposits, and the same deposits they lend out. And there are laws that govern SACCOs as well, so that is so they operate like banks. They are banks for all intents and purposes, just at a more community level.
Community level. So talking of community, why should I save with a SACCO where my co-wife is going to come and borrow that money and use it for I don't know what?
Well, my advice to you is don't have a co-wife, but you know the challenge and the practicality of that.
Yes.
But I think that the thing is, jokes aside, the thing is that one of the reasons we are poor as individuals and also as countries is that we do not aggregate our resources. Not because we don't have resources, we just don't bulk these resources together.
Okay.
So everyone is there walking around with their 10,000 shillings in their pocket, doing nothing with it. The 10,000 shillings might last a week in your pocket. But if you're 10 people and you bring this 10,000 together and you have 100,000, and one person is going to use it, or two or three, you can do much more work with 20,000 or 40,000 than you can do with 10,000. And that's what makes what grows wealth and what makes countries develop. So SACCOs are not a realization. They've actually come out of necessity. Many times people can't, either they're intimidated by the banking system, or the banking system is too expensive, or it's too onerous to deal with. You know, if I'm a illiterate person in the village, I can still belong to a SACCO, but it might be difficult to belong to a bank.
Sure.
So the SACCOs are useful, that they're aggregating these resources we have from under our pillows and mattresses, socks and pockets, and bring them together to be used usefully by the members of the society.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, so this is a simple way for you to save.
Absolutely, or get loans.
And get loans, yes. Of course, when you get loans, you know what you do. Please don't just waste it on beers and pork and all the other things. And I keep asking myself, won't this eventually bust? How? What is their survival rate?
Well, the risk is always there that they will collapse. It depends on how they are run. There are laws which stipulate how a SACCO should be. Yeah, there are laws which stipulate how a SACCO should run. Okay. But of course, you know, there are always people who contravene the laws.
Sure.
But we've had old SACCOs, and as you talked about Western Uganda, outside there in the rural areas, there are quite old SACCOs in Western Uganda, Eastern Uganda, even Central, you know, the Buganda region, which have lasted for a long time. Kenya have been very successful. Their SACCOs, the last I checked, control up to 20 was it $20 billion in savings? It's amazing.
Oh.
No, $2 billion, sorry, $2 billion in savings.
Wow.
Amazing stuff.
Yes, yes.
So it's possible. I mean, we have been brainwashed to think, you know, we are too little, our money is too little, you can do nothing with it, you need help from abroad or wherever. But if we come together, like in these things like SACCOs, it's amazing what we can do. And the New Vision SACCO has been around for 10 years.
Oh.
Now have savings of about 4 billion shillings.
Wow.
Have lent out also about 4 billion shillings. Have been profitable all of the 10 years that it's been in business. Last year they made a profit of about 250 million shillings. So
Wow.
it's very possible. And this is from people who 10 years ago didn't have 2 shillings to rub against each other to their names. Now we have guys with millions of shillings in savings.
True.
Yeah, it's revolutionary.
Wow. Wow.
So you should join a SACCO as soon as you can. I'll send you the forms.
Okay. I hope I do. But
You will, you must.
so he says. Now, there you have it. Save and develop, grow. Don't just sit there. If you have your little money, please find a way of saving it in a SACCO. Use it anyhow, but don't. I'm telling you, the future of the country and the future of your family is in your hands. So make sure you save and find a way of making use of the little money that you get. And that is thanks to Paul Busharizi, who's been here with me on the handshake to explain a little bit. Yeah, now that he tells me, I think I'm going to start saving with the SACCOs. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.